Hello and welcome to the Road to Worlds Continental Showdown. I'm your host, Daniel Madison, and with me as always is my co-host, Greg Dillon. Greg, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing really good.
All right, and this week we are talking about European Continentals. The championships are this weekend, and our guest today is the second edition brand manager, and he is the tournament organizer for European Continentals. That's Nicholas Yankovec. Nick, how's it going?
Hello, not too bad, thanks. Early, but okay.
We appreciate you getting up early and talking to us for a while. We're kind of a global effort here with a guest out in the UK and one host in the US and one host in Australia. So yeah, we're all over the globe today.
Yeah.
So Continentals are in London. Do I have this right?
Yes, you do. They're in a hotel just off of Regent's Park, which is by Buckingham Palace.
Oh, cool.
So it's a very nice location.
So there will be some sightseeing.
Yes, plenty of sightseeing to be done. Harrods is just down the road as well.
Awesome. So I'm sure you're looking forward to it. You've got all editions taking place. You got looking at the schedule. You have Tribbles Continentals on Friday night, and then you've got 2 E-Set for Saturday and 1 E-Set for Sunday. Are you running any side events in there?
Yes, we are. Yes, we've got 2 one-side events on Saturday and two events on Sunday. On the Saturday, we've got, after the qualifiers, the day 1 qualifiers, we've got the finals for day 2.
Mm-hmm.
We've also got a losers tournament for everyone that didn't make the finals.
All right, sounds good. So there's plenty to do for if you don't make it in, there's another event you can play in, or if the Continentals for the day is not your game, there's an event going on in the other game. That's good. So we'll touch on Tribbles really quick. I don't have a lot of notes for this. I don't see a lot of people pre-registered. However, I do notice, Nick, that you have a head start for this event.
Yes, I do.
Since you have a regional win at Tribbles this year.
Somehow. But I think Stefan Slaby is probably going to be there as well, even though he's not pre-registered.
I would expect so, because he's pre-registered for the other 2 events.
Yeah. And Julius, the other Austrian, is also pre-registered for the Tribble, so I expect Stefan probably be there. And he's also got a start, so there's 2 of us with head starts.
Yep. Is Johannes going to be there that early?
Johannes isn't coming.
Oh, he isn't?
No. So...
Oh, I'm sorry. For some reason I thought I saw him pre-registered. Oh, you're right, now that I look at it again. Okay.
He won't be coming.
All right. But yeah, Stefan's going to be there, and we'll talk about him a little bit more because he's obviously he's the guy to beat in all the games right now. But this is the one that he is not yet a world champion in.
No.
But of course, Tribbles could be and usually is anybody's game.
Yeah, not normally mine. I haven't built a deck yet for the Tribbles. I'm running out of time.
Yeah, that tends to be last minute for me too. That'll probably be the last thing I throw together before I take off for Gen Con.
All right, so not much to talk about there, but definitely one that'll be interesting to see what happens, especially if the person that wins ends up being somebody that's coming out to Indy next month.
Yeah.
Because a head start for Worlds would be pretty sweet.
Yes, it would. It's possible James might turn up for the Tribbles.
Yeah.
I'm not counting on it. He does pre-register nowadays.
Yeah. And it looks like Will is pre-registered.
Will has, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will's a former world champion too, so in Tribbles.
Yeah. Yeah, so it wouldn't be too much of a stretch. All right, so I'm going to move on and talk about first edition for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So as usual, I do my show notes about a day or so before we actually record, and I took a look at who all was pre-registered as of about yesterday morning. So it may have changed since my notes, but you had 9 pre-registered as of the last time I looked for first edition.
There's 10 pre-registered now.
There's 10 now?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's I know that within your own group, and I guess a lot of a lot of Europe is more 2E focused.
Mm-hmm.
I know of a few specific first edition groups, but it doesn't seem to be quite as widespread in your area as second edition. Are you expecting a few more to pick up, or you think that's about right?
I'm hoping for a couple more. There are a few more English guys from up north. Denny can't make it. There's Kevin Jackson. There's a few others that hopefully will just haven't pre-registered and will turn up.
Yeah.
Touchwood. More the merrier.
Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it's too bad that we were talking before the show. It's too bad that Danny Nuttall is not coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been nice to see if a rematch took place between him and Stefan, as they were the 2 finalists for Worlds last year. Yep. Now, first edition, does that cut to a final?
Yes, it's the top 4.
Top 4.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. So yeah, looking at the people that are pre-registered, at least the ones on my list, I see that 5 of the 9 on my list have earned buys.
Yeah.
For the event, including Stefan Slavi, of course, who's the last year's world champion. Couple of regional winners in there. Neil Matthew, who won his first regional this year. Stefan Moog, son of Worf, has a regional win as well. Julius has an earned buy from a regional, and Patty, who was had a buy handed down from British Nationals. So
yes,
and the other players that are pre-registered, also all of them really talented. I could see just about anybody taking this event.
Yeah, this field looks really strong. Like they've also got Sebastian Kirstein in there, who's a former European champion in 1E.
Oh sure, yeah.
And Peter Ludwig, I think he's come top 2 a couple times in 1E.
Yeah, he's quite good, and he's been playing a lot more online lately. So I think he's trying to brush up before the event.
Yeah, and I'm surprised looking at the pre-registration that Stu Marsh is so low on rating.
Yes,
I I've played him before. He's a really good player, and I don't know. I guess he just loses a lot of rating points when he's trying out his weird and convoluted decks.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Having played him myself in the past, I think you're right that a lot of his decks are experimental, and yeah, he tries things out, and sometimes they work, and sometimes they don't. Or I think he's played a lot of decks that take a lot of time to set up, and so I mean, if it's who I'm thinking of, I remember playing him and having a game go to time, and he was still kind of setting all the pieces up, and he like never attempted a mission.
That sounds like Stuart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in this one, I think it'll be interesting to see whether one of the Steffens can win Slabby or Motion and Wolf. They're a little different where Steffen hasn't played a lot this year, although he didn't play a lot last year when he won 8 Worlds. But Steffen has played a lot of tournaments this year, and he's in really good form.
Which Steffen? Sorry.
German Steffen.
Right.
Yeah, he's done quite well this year. He's like I said, he's a regional winner. He's having a very good year, and yeah, he's second highest rated among the pre-registered players, and he is he's probably primed for a strong showing here. But yeah, like you said, it's a strong field, and this could go to just about anybody. Stefan Slaby, of course, the guy to beat.
Yeah, he hasn't played much this year, has he? Really? I think he's played in one 1E tournament.
Yeah, just the one regional that he won.
He still won it, yeah.
He did win it, yes. Well, we shall see what happens. Nick, I know you don't play a whole lot of 1E, so you probably not as well versed on the 1E meta, or at least among the players that are going. But are you and or Greg any thoughts on what you might see, what kind of decks you might see show up for first edition?
No.
For Stefan Slabby, I was looking at, and last year when he won 1E Worlds, every deck he played that year in his regional in European Continentals was Borg. It was
Yes.
It seemed like he was playing the same deck and just refining it so that he could then win a world. So I think he might have a similar tactic this year where maybe he plays the same as his regional deck or similar. And his regional deck was probably my favorite of the whole season, the Federation Cardassian deck using Chroma Set to play a lot of people and then battle. That was my favorite deck, so I wouldn't be surprised if he played something similar to that. As for Stefan, he's played a lot of tournaments, he's played a lot of different decks. I have no idea what he's going to play. Probably not Kazon Battle, since he's won a regional with it. People might expect him to do that, and that might be a bad call, but I have no idea what Stefan's going to play, or anyone else really. Like the 1E meta's so open now after the TNG nerfs.
I played that deck this past weekend. That Kazon deck, I played it in a local event this past weekend. I had fun. My opponents were not too happy.
Yeah, but yeah, the meta's so open because even Bajoran Resistance Cell, which I would have expected to be a lot more popular so far in the 2 Continentals, has not been.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's not to say it's not strong.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it could still show up and win easily, or it could be Sonar, or it could be a PS9 deck.
It's very strong, but I think there's a lot right now that's very strong.
The thing that I have the least confidence to win is probably Marquis, since there probably hasn't been enough time to practice a proper deck that'll win.
Yeah, it hasn't really been broken in yet.
I think we need to put Michael Van Bremen on it. Have him work on it for a few events, and he'll figure him out.
Though, based on a recent 1E thread, Stu Marsh might be playing Marky. He
Yeah,
asked a few questions about how their cards work, so
he
I just give
would
away secrets right here.
he would probably find a way to break it. Yeah, or at least try to. All right, so yeah, looking forward to that. Seeing some new decks come out of these Continentals, and see what the 1E situation looks like heading into Worlds. But that's Sunday. It looks like your largest event is going to be Saturday with the second edition Continentals. Again, the list might have changed. Since I looked at it, at the time I looked at it, there were 13 pre-registered.
Yeah. Yeah, I know there's definitely a few more coming than that.
Yeah, I would expect there would be a few more. And of the people that are pre-registered, you've got 7 of them have earned buys.
Yeah, quite a few.
Yep. And there's actually quite a long list again, because 2E is a lot more popular in Europe, and also that they've had a few national events, national championships. That there's a lot longer list of buy winners for second edition. So
there is, yeah.
A lot of people that could potentially show up and use that earned buy.
I mean, James will be there.
Yeah. That's one more.
It is, yeah. There's a couple of Danes on there that aren't coming now. They've let me down. A couple of Russians that aren't coming.
Mm-hmm.
No, Johannes.
But yeah, James is a regional winner. You're actually you're going to be playing in this one.
Yes, I am.
And you have a regional win as well.
I do.
So that's cool. So 2 events you're going in with a little bit of an advantage, or at least an advantage over half the field.
Yeah. We're trying something a little bit different this year. I'm running the 1E Continentals.
Uh-huh.
One of the 1E players is running the 2E Continentals. And we're going to have 3 judges picked beforehand who can make rulings during the tournament.
Okay.
So we can get the maximum number of players playing.
I gotcha. So who's going to be running the 2E?
Neil Matthew.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, in these events in
just
Europe,
keep him away from the booze until the pairings are over.
I will try to.
Lock up the Jaeger.
He comes in wearing his kilt and nothing else.
Yep.
So yeah, looking over the list, we've got again Stefan Slavi, dual world champ. He won it for 2E as well. He'll be back here. Julius is a regional winner. Stefan again, he has a regional win for 2E as well. Tobias is pre-registered. Tobias Rausman. He has an earned buy from a regional, and he has a hand down. Thomas Schneider, runner up at British Nationals, and Will Hoskin, with a handed down buy from Danish Nationals.
Yep. It's a pretty strong field, actually.
That is quite strong. And Sebastian Kirstein does not have an earned bye, but very high-ranked 2E player as well. So yeah, very tough field.
Yeah, Sebastian's a strange one because he is highly ranked, but he hasn't played for quite a while. I think it was Worlds last year was the last time he played.
Yeah.
Yeah, no bye, which is quite surprising.
Well, perhaps you're right. Perhaps he just hasn't played a lot this year. But
yeah, I know for Sebastian there was one regional that he was pre-registered for, but then he had to cancel pretty late, so he didn't end up making it.
Yeah. But yeah, you're expecting a few more. I'm pretty sure you'll see a few more. I don't know. I don't know if it's anybody other than James. I don't know if you're going to get people from this list, but it will be interesting to see who turns up.
Yeah, I doubt I'll get many people from that list, but hopefully there'll be another German or two.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, there's 3 Austrians down to come down. I know there's James, there's Steve Upton who's coming from Britain as well. So yeah.
I know there's a play group in the Netherlands. Do those guys go to European Continentals much?
Yes.
So they might show up as well.
This year, probably the biggest player is Albert, who couldn't come because he's going to Worlds
Okay.
at Gen Con. There's quite a few Europeans going to Gen Con this year.
Yeah.
That might be why Johannes probably can come as well.
Sorry?
That might be a reason Johannes isn't coming. I assume.
No, I think he's because he's a teacher. He's doing something at school at the moment, marking or something or other, and he's quite busy at the moment. So he says.
Just give him more B's.
So yeah, pretty tough field. What do you think of your chances, Nick?
Well, I finished 3rd last year at the Europeans.
Yeah.
I won't say my chances are great because I think Tobias is going to win. He's already got the Danish nationals he won, hasn't he? German nationals he won. He's won his regionals. I think he's on top form. I think Tobias is gonna win with a cheesy Romulan deck.
Yeah, Tobias has played in a lot of events too. I think he played in every German regional, which was like 6.
Yeah.
There were quite a lot of them.
So he's had a lot of practice so far this year.
Yeah, Tobias did have a very strong regional season.
Yeah, I mean there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 6 people playing this year that were in the top 8 last year. So I expect the top 8 to be very similar to last year, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. And so, as for the finals, could be anybody's game. So it's cut into top 8 for 2E?
Yes, top 8.
Okay.
And they can change the decks.
They can change their decks, yeah. They've only got an hour and a half to change them, but they can change them.
Oh, hopefully they just packed a second deck.
I expect so. I expect probably for the qualifiers they'll probably come along playing Klingon or TNG speed decks, and then for the top 8 they'll probably will still play Romulan.
Right.
Yeah,
I think we'll see a lot
I agree with that. I think Romulan will probably be prevalent. I know the Germans are partial to Romulan throughout the regional season, and previous years like Thomas, Tobias, and Sebastian all played Romulan a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Stefan's played it.
And Steph's also, I mean, Starfleet, although it has been nerfed since last year, I mean, they've played that previously a lot as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd probably say, yeah, probably a lot of Starfleet during the
Although,
qualifiers.
since Romulans won two continentals so far, I think it'd be interesting to see who goes the Romulan route and who goes the counter Romulan route. Like, who tries to beat the Romulans as opposed to just using the Romulans. Because, I mean, since they have all played Romulans, they know how to play them, so they also probably have a good idea how to play against them as well.
Between me and you, Greg,
Yeah.
if I get through the top 8 and play Tobias, I've got my Khan deck already. It's been designed just to beat the Romulans.
It's going to beat the Romulans, is it?
It's been designed to.
So you got to get Wakin out before fasting ice.
Yeah, no problem.
No, 2 weeks. Yeah, okay.
I'm looking forward to this.
I think just about every Europeans I've been in, I've been knocked out by Tobias. It's not happening this year. Yeah, I was that close to winning the Danish nationals apart from Tobias. So this year he's going down.
Another deck that probably shouldn't be overlooked is Borg. It made top 8 at North American Continentals. And I mean, if anyone's still going to be able to play the Nerf Borg, it'll be, I reckon, a European, someone like Stefan.
Yeah, it seems to have gone out of favour over here though, without the downloading you used to have.
Yeah, definitely has consistency, but I was actually really surprised to see it in top 8 at North American Continentals.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone likes to play Romulans over here now because I think everyone over here just likes downloading. It seems to be a German thing, to be honest.
Well, there is something to be said for getting whatever card you want out of your deck when you want it.
That is true.
But some people just like to speed solve. They just want to get their people out as quickly as possible and get it done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I reckon Tobias is going to win this tournament. Not me, not Will. Even though it's England. Certainly not James.
Oh, actually, one thing I did find out in my research is that no one since Vladimir back in 2008 and 9 has won European Continentals twice, actually. So if that continues, then Tobias and Thomas are right out of it. They've already won. Maybe. Although it doesn't mean that an English person's going to win. Sebastian hasn't won it yet, so he could still win it.
Now, who won it last year? I forgot to look.
Tobias.
Tobias did.
Yeah, and then Thomas the year before that, and
Okay.
Stefan the year before that. So in the top 4, you've got the three previous winners.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, definitely looking forward to that event as well, and seeing who finishes on top for that one. And of course, this Continentals, as we've talked about in previous shows, the Continentals events do feed into Worlds. The winner of each Continentals event gets a 2-round bye at Worlds, and the runner-up gets a 1-round bye. So, for those of you that are planning on making the trip to Gen Con next month, a win here or even a visit to the finals will be very beneficial to your
World's chances.
I think there's 4 people coming that are going to Gen Con in the theory.
Yeah. Are you coming out?
I'm coming out. I shall be there.
Awesome.
Yeah, me, Will, and James. It could be a bit awkward, but we'll be there. And of course, and Stefan's coming over as well.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be cool.
Stefan already got a 2-round bye for Worlds.
Yeah, for the previous winner.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, last year's Worlds champion gets a 2-round bye into the next Worlds. That's correct. So Stefan already has one.
Cool. Are you coming out, Greg, to Gen Con?
Not this year. I would really like to. I'm thinking, because it's in Australia next year, obviously it won't be next year, but maybe the year after, whether it's in Europe or America, I think I might go.
You can still come to Gen Con next year.
Well, that's the thing. Having to go down to Sydney twice now for Continentals and Worlds. That'll be my money next year gone.
Yeah. Yeah. There's only time for so many trips. Only money for so many trips as well. But yeah, hopefully we can get you out here someday. But yeah, it'll be nice to see you again at Gen Con, Nick. I met you last year, and the Hoskins as well, and cool bunch of guys, and looking forward to seeing you again.
Cheers. Thanks.
Are
you playing in the WCT tournament on the Wednesday night?
I am, actually. I don't expect I'll be playing long, as it is single elimination. I don't fare too well with those, but yeah, I will be there. I'm coming in Wednesday afternoon, so I'll have plenty of time to mentally anguish over it. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a good turnout for that too. There's I believe another 2-round bye in the offering for whoever wins that event. So sort of a last chance.
And it's constructed because last year at the Worlds it was a draft.
Yeah, I think I'm happier with it being constructed.
Yes.
Yeah, we did a draft out in Australia when we had Worlds as well. I think construct's probably better just because it's like you're trying to switch it on the Wednesday. A draft probably just takes too long.
Yeah, it was kind of spur of the moment. They forgot to put it on the schedule, so it was kind of a last minute deal anyway. So yeah, it makes more sense to have it be constructed. That way, people can bring a deck that they're already comfortable with. They don't have to spend too much time preparing it.
Yeah, especially for a two-round bye. I mean, draft is random. It's too random for like something so important like that could. A 2-round bye is huge. I mean, you get the earn buys a full strength of schedule, and then say in your 3rd round you play the person that ends up coming first, and that could mean easily, like comfortably, you're going to beat anyone on tiebreakers if you get a 2-round bye.
Yeah, that is a huge advantage for sure. So it makes sense. That event has a very strong field of competitors, and it's going to be it's going to be a fight.
Yeah, that should be. It's quite unusual to actually get there on a Wednesday and they're playing a Wednesday night. So it's like another day of tournaments.
Yeah. Yeah, it will be. I think they're setting up a couple of side events for Wednesday night as well. They're even setting up some Sunday night side events.
Are they?
Yeah. Well, I know I've been
I've been scheduled to volunteer for something on Sunday night, but it hasn't been. It has not yet been determined what that is. So I just know it's in the works. But I'll be volunteering mostly on Thursday. I think I'm running a bunch of events that day. I'll be pretty busy all day, so I'll be skipping 1E Worlds and I'll be playing in 2E.
Yeah, I'm running 4 events, I think, at Gen Con this year as well.
Yeah.
So
Cool. Well, it's kind of fun. I really enjoyed running events at Gen Con last year, and just it was nice to sit back and not have to focus on playing games all day, but still be meeting people and hanging out with people that you've talked to online, and so I liked that aspect of it, and bringing in some new players as well, and hopefully we can do that again this year.
yeah, I think it's going to be big this year.
Yeah, I think so too. I certainly hope that it will be. Well, anyway, I think that I am going to we're going to wrap this up for tonight, or this morning in your case.
Yeah, off to work now.
So Nick Yankovec, thanks so much for being on the show.
Having me?
Really appreciate you having it, and or you being here, and good luck with European Continentals.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Are you going to try and get Tobias or Stefan on for next week?
I will. If assuming they win one, I will certainly try.
Good. Good.
Hopefully you can come back, Nick, if you win.
Are you gonna wake them up this early in the morning?
Well, it's 7:30 for them now.
That's true. That's true.
It's
They're a
better
little,
than
a
me.
little bit later out there.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah, we'll certainly try, and I will let everyone know. Next week's show, it looks like it's going to be on Tuesday night instead of Wednesday night. Not yet sure what time. It's probably going to be our usual time of 11:30 p.m. Eastern. But like I said, we'll if we can get a hold of either the first or second edition European Continentals winner, and if we're able to get them on the show, we might be able to make some accommodations for them, like we're doing with Nick here by starting a little later tonight, which was not too big a deal for us, and we're really glad that you were able to make it. So
That's all right.
So
Thank you for having me on.
yeah, thanks for doing it. So yeah, the show will be Tuesday night, but guests to be announced, and stay tuned. Just keep an eye on the forums, and we'll let you know when we'll be setting up. So we'll see you next week. So for Greg Dillon, this is Daniel Madison ending transmission.